Al Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, double honors to GMS, the Tom of this truth, Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So let's take a look at this, because this blockchain, as far as people know, is just like, oh yeah, you got these cryptocurrency coins, but the damage that this blockchain is going to be able to do in terms of disrupting industries is going to be insane. So let's see if we can play this video.
Tony Giordano, luxury LA mansion broker turned real estate crypto disruptor. We met 7 years ago, right?
Yes, we
do.
do.
You remember that?
I do remember that.
What was the pitch you gave me?
Well, there was just the rise of crypto being used to purchase real estate. And back in early 2018, late 2017, they didn't know where it was going. And so people who were making millions in Bitcoin, wondering if it was always going to keep growing, wanted to park it in something more stable at the time. So they were asking, hey, how do I maybe buy real estate with my profits?
And your answer was a Malibu mansion. And it was like,
Yes.
you had me in Malibu.
Yep. My client was willing to take Bitcoin for the sale of his property. So we marketed it that way. And the rest is history. It just continued to grow. And then now we know where crypto has grown to.
And I remember going out there and standing in Malibu, and I forget the price point of the house, but it was multi-millions. And I'm standing there going, why do we buy it in crypto? Why not just buy it in cash? What is the benefit of buying a house in crypto? But over 7 years, it's blown up. So really simply dumb it down for everybody. Why does anybody want to buy a house in crypto?
Depending on the crypto you use. So if somebody comes to me now and says, I want to buy a house using Bitcoin, my question is why? Why on earth would you trade an asset that's going to go up 20 more times than that house will in the next 20 years? So now you have all of these new private equity firms and people, giving loans, almost like a margin loan against your stock, giving you a loan against your Bitcoin asset so you don't have to get rid of it. And now you can just go buy the house traditionally.
So that's where it's evolved. People aren't buying in Bitcoin. So I was right to think it was dumb to do
Not
it.
in Bitcoin, but they're buying it in other cryptos, using crypto or the USDC and recording things on the blockchain now. So it's just, everything's just evolved with it as a form of currency.
But we're now just borrowing against the crypto.
Yep.
And that's getting us mortgages, and we have mortgage companies that specialize this. I know you've talked about those before.
And Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac coming out with the crypto-backed mortgages.
What is that going to do for the market?
Well, there's just a lot of people who have a lot of crypto assets, and it has not been traditionally used as a form of verification or asset or collateral for a mortgage. And so I think it's just going to open up the doors where people now can use it to purchase property or get a mortgage for it.
Now, you jumped on this train really early. I know it was 7 years ago, which seems like a lifetime in crypto, but you were really ahead of the curve on it. What made you say, this is the future, and I'm going to go all in? Because you travel the country basically telling agents all over how this works, explaining it to them over and over again. What is the blockchain? Why do I use crypto? How do I use it? What sparked your interest?
In 2014, I was speaking at a tech conference on real estate tech and just social media and disruption of technology with real estate. And this guy came up to me thinking because I'm techie, he asked me a question about Bitcoin and blockchain. But the way he asked it, I pretended like I knew what he was talking about. I was like, I'm sure someday somebody will be able to buy a house using crypto. And so he walked away, and I went on Google and I searched what is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And this is 2014. And I was just fascinated by it. And I was fascinated about the fact of how fast the world was embracing it. And then I just started doing research. And then that's when I realized, wait, this isn't going anywhere. This is going to take over the world. So I just started learning it.
So you can see from how 7 years ago it wasn't really a thing to now people buying properties with their cryptocurrency. They're gonna, no doubt about it, they're gonna use the blockchain to fulfill all elements of that process, from buying to selling, transfer of ownership, verifying of registry of properties, etc. The blockchain will be used as the ledger to do everything. It's just a matter of time.